Hello, family. It's Mamalynn. How are you? If you notice, I have a new chain around my neck. Let me show you. Okay, that's because my only son, passed away January 2021, and my husband passed away July 2021. Okay, that means we need to get down to the nitty-gritty and the meat and potatoes of a situation. This COVID pandemic. It has no race. It's killing blacks, whites, Oriental, Chinese, Hispanics, Indians. I mean, I don't, it has no rhyme or reason to it. Now, if you live in Los Angeles, what you will notice is that from the time we were little, people have been coming to this country and they've been bringing diseases. Why do you think we've had to have diphtheria shots, measles, mumps? You couldn't even go to school, go to kindergarten without being vaccinated. That's just a true statement of life. I don't know how many people have lived here. I don't know about other states. I know in California, especially in LA, our kids had to be vaccinated. Now it's the COVID and everybody had this big thing. Oh, we need to learn about it. Oh, we need to do research. One thing I notice is most people are doing research on Facebook. These dummies on Facebook don't know anything. Nobody's listening to Fauci. Fauci has been in disease control for years. He was crying the other day on national TV because he felt like he didn't come up with the cure for AIDS fast enough. That's how long this dude has been around. This is his job. This is a profession. He is not on Facebook reading some nonsense about what you can do. Like the weird president that we just had, 45, talking about bleach and all this weird stuff. Now they're saying if you use some kind of horse tranquilizer or horse stuff, I didn't even understand that whole concept. So my mind just shut that right on off. Okay? Now listen, we can agree to disagree. How many people do you know that's dying from this disease? And it doesn't even have an age on it now. This Delta variant is killing our babies. Now, look, you guys, I understand what you're saying about you don't want the government telling you what to do. I get all that. So what about your loved ones? I know people that have contracted this disease and went home and killed their wife and their kids, and they ended up surviving. See, the only thing about it is you can have the variant and carry it around and not even know it and infect other people. That's where I come in. You don't want to get vaccinated, but you don't care if it affects the people around you. You can be a carrier of this and you might not die. But guess what? You have to think about your family. You have to think about your wife. You have to think about your kids. This disease is carryable. I hope that's a word. I don't know if that's a word, but I make up words all the time. People that follow me know I make up words. So this is You can be a spreader. How about that? That's an easier term. I've had people tell me since I've been vaccinated that I had Satan juice running through my veins. Guess what? Father God never told me it was Satan juice. As a matter of fact, I have COPD. So the people that have breathing disorders, let me talk to you. Excuse me, you guys. My sinuses is really acting crazy. So listen, the people that have asthma, bronchitis, COPD, this is a respiratory disease. So when you get the shot, it actually helps you breathe better. I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm not telling you what I read on YouTube, on Facebook. I'm telling you what I experienced. That I can actually breathe better, right? Another thing, when you get vaccinated, you are making sure that your family is covered. You're not going to bring anything home to your mother, to your grandma. I'm not going to tell my age. I could, but you guys that follow me, you probably know my age already. But two of my kids lived with me, and they got vaccinated because I went into quarantine for myself. I didn't feel comfortable. I had a relative die from it, and I was around his father, hugging him, and I was worried to death that I would contract it. So I didn't want to bring it home to my kids. So I went in quarantine in Beverly Hills for like 3 months because I was really freaked out, paranoid. Just, that's when we really didn't know too much about the spread, how it was going, what it was going to do. All I knew is that it was killing people. And at that point, it had already killed 5 people that I knew. Some relatives, some best friends. I was like, wow, people are dropping like flies. They are dropping like flies. So next, I quarantined, and my kids was like, well, come back. And they weren't vaccinated. And I said, well, at my age, with my breathing problems, if I come back, I could seriously get ill. And I didn't want that. I was paranoid and scared. But to make a long story short, you guys, this recently happened 2 weeks ago. Okay, my apartment building decided to put some new linoleum floors. I was so excited. Yeah. I'm just like, hey, new floors. They look absolutely beautiful. If I was at home, I would show you. Okay, but I'm not. Excuse me. So, I don't know if this was a prejudice thing or what. You guys can hit me up and let me know. Okay, so the lady downstairs is Hispanic. The whole crew that came in to install the flooring was Hispanic. She was standing outside the whole time that they were doing the flooring, which I didn't think anything about it. I didn't know that glue was that poison because I had my mask on. Just a regular mask, from COVID. And like a thin mask like this. Just a thin mask. I thought that was sufficient. My grandson, he's 4. He had on a mask. Nobody told us to go outside. So I didn't know that it would affect me like that. I got really, really ill. Really ill. I couldn't eat. My throat closed up. I couldn't swallow. I couldn't even drink water. So I'm one of those type of people. Let me buy all this stuff from the store. I mean, I had Pepto-Bismol. I had the Power Aids. I had soup. I I had anti-nausea medicine. I had almost everything. I broke out with my breathing machine. I did everything and nothing worked. I could not breathe. I could not swallow. I just, and I hate the hospital and I hate the doctor. So I laid there for about 7 days, just sick as a dog. Couldn't eat anything. I started losing weight and I was just weak at that point. Really, really just weak. So I had my daughter call the paramedics. Well, when she called the paramedics, they came to the house and they said, well, we'll give you oxygen, right? But we cannot take you to the hospital because there are too many people, even though you've been vaccinated, it's too many people there that haven't been vaccinated. Everybody in the hospital haven't been vaccinated. And they're spreading it and spreading it and spreading it. Now, you can say one person out of millions of people had a reaction. Come on now. You can get a flu shot and have a reaction. You can take medicine. Some people are allergic to peanuts. I even found out my son-in-law is allergic to pickles and pickle juice. I didn't even know that was a real thing. I didn't even know it was a thing at all. So you can have a reaction. Don't take that and jump on the bandwagon. Yeah, it was funny. It was funny today because somebody posted that. Somebody, a friend of a friend, he got the shot and his testicles swole up. No, your testicles swole up, boo. You need to check it out because you probably got a venereal disease. How about that? I got to take a swig on my bug juice on that one. I don't know what made your balls swell up. Might have blue balls or something, but it was not from that vaccine. You better check that shit out. It was not, I guarantee you, from that vaccine. It's so many ridiculous theories going on. My whole thing is the paramedics refused to take me to the hospital. 2 days in a row, as sick as I was, they would not take me because, like they said, I've been vaccinated, so it won't kill me. But I was already very, very weak. And my immune system was already down because I hadn't ate in over a week. And they were like, you're not going to die, but you'll get sick. That's the whole point. The whole point in the vaccine is so you won't die. We have vaccines that little girls have to take at 12 years old to keep them from getting cancer. We didn't know anything about that. Praise God that we do. Because that's something, when that was new, it was a big controversy too. Until it proved that it kept girls from getting ovarian cancer. So I really don't understand what all this to-do is about, oh, we need to investigate. Oh, we need to this. You guys are, I don't understand. And then everybody's like, oh, it's going to be a war. The vaccinated people against the unvaccinated people. Why? I'm ready for this shit to be over. And if everybody don't get vaccinated, it's just going to go on and on and on. They talking about shutting down the schools because now it's affecting our children. And you guys don't care about your kids? Like I said, we all, some want to get vaccinated, some don't. But we all have families. We all have people that we love. We all have people that we don't want to die unnecessarily. Look at some of these testimonies of people that are speaking out like, I'm sorry, y'all. I don't do drugs. I know y'all like, she keeps sniffing. No, just sinus. Sorry to bust your bubble. But anyway, if we look at this, and I can show you a bunch of statistics and all that, you're not going to believe me anyway. I'm just speaking from my heart. I'm speaking from the bottom of my heart. Now, I've had over 10 people that I love that are dead. I mean, dead as a doorknob. They're not coming back. There's no recovery from this. So I want you to go home. And if you're at home, look at your babies. Call your mother. Look at your mother, your father, your grandmother. If I'm vaccinated and the paramedics refused to take me to the hospital as sick as I was, because there are so many people there that have this. Come on now, you guys. Then after they refused to take me, they said, okay, you have to find an urgent care. Okay. I'm looking for urgent care, right? It took me 2 days to find an urgent care that would see me because the paramedics said there are not too many COVID people that are at the urgent care. Well, that's not true. When I went to urgent care, they made all the people that were testing for COVID stay outside. Oh, baby, they was coming back and forth because they had rapid testing at the site. So people have been exposed to it, or their kids have been exposed to it, or they have been exposed to it at work. That's why I'm telling you, this is an airborne disease. And even if you have your mask or whatever, I don't know, if you're constantly washing your hands, because at this point, I always used to wash my hands a lot because I cook. So I'm always washing my hands. I'm always cutting something or washing my hands, cleaning something or washing my hands. So now I'm washing my hands even more. Look at this. You can't really tell, but they are dry, cracked, because I constantly wash my hands. We can be careful. I spray my whole house down, with disinfectant. I wipe all the knobs and the refrigerator and the microwave, and I try to keep everything sanitized. At what point are we going to say enough is enough and this is too much? They're going to start back with the shutdowns. Now, you know they already cut off the EDD. They want everybody to go back to work. There are plenty of jobs out here. Of course there are. But guess what? For vaccinated people, the window is closing like this. The jobs are closing. The windows are closing. The bars are closing. The theaters are closing. Every access, you won't have access to anything without the vaccination. I've had people say, well, I'm not going to work. I'll just be evicted. I'll be homeless. I'll lay on the ground. What's the point in that? To prove a point that you feel that the government is not going to tell you what to do? Look at your families, people. If you cared enough about your kids to get them vaccinated to start school, then you need to care enough about them and your wife and your kids and your mom and your dad to make sure that they are vaccinated so no harm can come to the ones that you love. Because believe me, there are people that are doing these videos. They're not getting paid to do the videos saying, please get the shot. I wish I would have got it. It's too late for me. There are people that are calling their loved ones on the phone to say their last words, their last respects to their family, where they can't even see them. They can only talk to them on the phone to say goodbye. The mortuaries are having so many caskets that they have to get facilities to line them up. They're ordering all these extra caskets because they ran out of caskets. Come on, ran out of caskets. What is this? Night of the Living Dead or something? That's absolutely ridiculous. In Idaho, look it up. They are choosing who's going to live and who's going to die because they don't have enough room and enough facilities to treat all these people. So people that are sick, people that break their arm, people that need surgery, they're not even letting them in the hospital because basically they're saying there is no room for you. So you need to stay there and do whatever you can do at home because we're not accepting anybody in the hospital. And then the people that are in the hospital, what they're doing is trying to figure out, okay, we're going to look at this one. This one we're going to allow to live. This one is too sick. So we're just going to allow them to die because we have no room for them and we don't have enough ventilators. When are you people going to wake up? What is it going to take? Like I said, you don't have to agree with me. You do not have to agree with me. But please, if you want to know what's really going on, don't follow nobody on Facebook. I've had people tell me, you put a magnet to your arm. Well, no, I put a magnet to my arm and it didn't do anything. Was it supposed to stick to my arm? Was it supposed to, whatever it was supposed to do, it didn't do. I have people saying all this stuff. I have electrode something in my body, something, and it's not the antibody, and they don't know, and blah, 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 blah. If you go back and do your research, Obama started this research over 10 years ago. Over 10, people were like, oh, they made the vaccine in a week, in a month, No. They've been working on this for over 10 years. They knew something big was coming. Excuse me. They knew that a disease was coming. Did they know it was going to be of this magnitude? Donald Trump took everything, swept it under the rug. Guess what? Donald Trump got the vaccine. He told everybody it didn't exist. All his followers running around spreading it to each other. They dying. Oh, yeah, a lot of them survived because a lot of them were young. So if you're young, you have a better chance on surviving. But now it's killing the babies. The babies. Now, Donald Trump admitted he got the shot. And his own people booed him. He lied so much for so long that it's totally ridiculous. And now he admitted, okay, this shot, please get it because it worked for me. This is enough for my lecture for today. Like I said, you can have your own opinion. This is just my opinion. But I've seen a lot of people die. And I've lost a lot of loved ones. And this around my neck is two people near and dear to my heart that I will never see again. I'm just trying to give you something to think about. From Mamalynn, my heart to yours. May God bless you and keep you. Okay, come on. Have a good evening and God bless.